The gospel is not an either or, it is a both and. I'm going to say that again. The gospel is not an either or, it is a both and. There are so many people who love to tell the stories about Jesus getting really frustrated with people for not being kind, for not being loving from the perspective of being caring and compassionate. Jesus loved everybody, and he told us to love our neighbors as ourselves and take care of the poor and take care of the marginalized and take care of the sick and take care of the widowed and take care of the orphan and the resident alien and love your enemies and do all of those things. All of that is true. All of that is the gospel. Jesus wants us to love each other. And that is only half of the gospel. That is the second of the greatest commandments that Jesus is asked about, is to love your neighbors as yourselves. A lot of people forget the other half, which is the first part, which is to love God above all others. It is to love God before yourself. It is to love God before your neighbors. It is to love God before your political identification. It is to love God before your race, your ethnicity, your gender, your children, your husband, your parents, your job, your whatevers. You are supposed to love God, to will the good of God before everything else. You are supposed to respect and fear God and understand that he is the sovereign decision maker, that he holds all the power, that he deserves our respect and our reverence, and that what he says is good and what he says is not good. So if you are preaching, if you are out here talking about loving others in terms of the care and compassion part, and you are not talking about willing each other's goods in terms of the truth part, which is also like fearing God is the most important thing, then we are not actively owning all parts of the gospel. We are not loving God and loving our neighbors or ourselves when we tell the story that God is not number one. And this is so tough. Like, this was one of the things that was the toughest for me when I came back to Christianity and when I really started deepening in my faith again, was understanding that I do not belong to myself and I do not identify more strongly with anything other than being a child of God and existing to obey and respect and fear and honor him. And in doing so, receiving his love and his care and his provision and his protection. And it's not that he's not always trying to give us his care and his love and his provision and its protection. It's that I use my free will to respect him and allow him to give me those things that he wants to give all of his children.